What's happening, my beautiful whites? Your hearts better be ready for this one, because I'm about to drop 3 absolute bombshells that have just rocked Elland Road to its very foundations. We're talking about moves that could completely reshape our Premier League squad, and I mean completely reshape it. Right now, as I'm speaking to you, there are 3 massive developments that have either exploded or are about to detonate, and trust me when I say this, these aren't just ordinary transfer updates. We're talking about a German midfielder who's just cost us $17 million, a midfielder who's brutally rejected our advances, and a defender whose future at Elland Road is hanging by a thread. But here's what's got me absolutely buzzing and terrified at the same time. One signing could spell doom for a fan favorite, another target has chosen Italy over us, and the third story involves the 49ers potentially cashing in on a championship hero. The Leeds faithful deserve to know exactly what chaos is unfolding at their beloved club, so smash that like button right now. Hit subscribe because this transfer window is getting absolutely mental, and drop a comment telling me if you think we're building a squad capable of Premier League survival. Are you ready for this roller coaster? Because after what I'm about to tell you, you're going to have about 17 different emotions running through your veins. Let's start with the signing that's dividing our entire fan base. Leeds faithful, prepare yourselves, because what I'm about to tell you is going to blow your minds. Anton Stach is officially a Leeds United player, and this German midfielder has just become our 6th summer signing for a massive 17ers. 3 million plus add-ons. This isn't just any signing. We're talking about a 6.4 Bundesliga beast who's just signed a 4-year contract at Elland Road. Hoffenheim's sporting director confirmed yesterday that the deal was practically done, and Stach was completely left out of their matchday squad, proving this transfer was happening whether they liked it or not. Daniel Farke has been chasing this man for months, and now we know why. This German international brings that defensive steel he desperately need for Premier League survival. But here's where it gets absolutely brutal. His arrival has got Leeds fans fearing for Ilya Gruev's future. During yesterday's clash with Man United, supporters were already noticing Gruev's limitations, with one fan writing, "We're all seeing Gruev's limitations here, right? Stach, I need you more than I need air." Another supporter bluntly stated, "Probably spells the end of Gruev." Ash, the brutal honesty from our own fans tells you everything about how they see this situation unfolding. This is heartbreaking because Gruev, who Daniel Farke once called fantastic, has started 46 of his 60 games since arriving from Werder Bremen for $4 million. The Bulgarian enforcer was supposed to be our long-term solution in midfield, but football is ruthless, and Stach's arrival changes everything. But with Ethan Ampadu as captain, Autanaka, Sean Longstaff already confirmed, and now Stach! We've got 6 first-team midfielders competing for spots. The writing is on the wall, Leeds faithful. Someone's got to make way, and it looks like our Bulgarian midfielder might be the casualty of this German invasion. This is the harsh reality of Premier League football. Sentiment doesn't matter when survival is at stake. But while we're celebrating one arrival, another story is about to break your hearts completely. Hold on to your seats, Leeds faithful, because this rejection is going to sting like absolute hell. Tommaso Pobega, the 26-year-old Italian international we've been chasing, has just delivered the most brutal snub imaginable. He's politely declined our approach to rejoin Bologna instead. Can you believe this? We're talking about a midfielder who helped Bologna win the Coppa Italia last season, scoring 4 goals and grabbing 3 assists in 30 appearances. And he's chosen Serie A over the Premier League challenge with Leeds United. The man literally helped Bologna lift their first major trophy in decades, and now he's going back for more. Pobega had his medical booked for Monday at Bologna, and they're paying just 8 kronor for the loan fee, followed by 6 stars. Oh, 7 million to make it permanent. He's completely snubbed us for a return to Italy, and it's absolutely devastating because this was exactly the type of experienced midfielder Daniel Farke desperately needed. This was supposed to be our statement signing in midfield, and instead we're left empty-handed. What makes this rejection even more painful is that Pobega didn't just turn down Leeds. He rejected several Serie A sides as well, but specifically chose Bologna over everyone else. That's the Kind of snub that cuts deep when you're trying to convince quality players that Leeds United is the right move. The fact that he turned down multiple options just to return to Bologna shows how little appeal our project had for him. This is the second major midfield target we've missed out on recently, with Habib Diarra choosing Sunderland over Leeds earlier this window. Fark must be absolutely fuming because these rejections are forcing him to scramble for alternatives with the Premier League. Season approaching fast! Our transfer strategy is falling apart before our eyes, and time is running out. As it stands, we've only brought in 5 new faces to Elland Road this summer, and that's unlikely to be enough for Premier League survival. Fark knows he needs additional big-name players, and missing out on Pobega is a massive blow to our transfer strategy. The clock is ticking, and we're running out of quality options. But here's what's really going to mess with your heads, Leeds. Faithful. While we're dealing with rejections in the transfer market, there's an even bigger bombshell that could see us lose one of our own championship heroes. Leeds faithful, what I'm about to tell you is going to divide our entire fan base. Pascal Struijk, yes, our 25-year-old championship-winning centre-back, could potentially be sold this summer, and the 49ers are already preparing for his exit. This is absolutely insane because we're talking about a player who was instrumental in our championship title win, starting 35 games and scoring 5 crucial goals. But according to BBC Sports journalist Adam Pope, this could be an unpopular sale that happens before the end of August. The man who helped deliver our return to the Premier League could be gone before we even kick a ball in the top flight. Here's where this gets completely mental. Leeds have entered negotiations with Fenerbahce to acquire Diego Carlos, the 32-year-old Brazilian defender who could be Struijk's direct replacement. The Turkish club are ready to accept a loan with mandatory option to buy, and we're seriously considering this move. Carlos is a former Aston Villa defender with Premier League experience, but swapping our young Dutch international for an aging Brazilian feels like madness. Think about this madness for a second. We've already signed Jakob Bijo from Udinese and Sebastian Bornau from Wolfsburg. Plus, we've got Joe Rodon and Ethan Ampadu in the mix. That's 5 centre-backs competing for potentially 3 positions, and someone's got to make way. The numbers simply don't add up, and Struijk might be the victim of our defensive overhaul. 49ers have been absolutely ruthless with their business since taking over, and selling Struijk for a lucrative fee while bringing in the experienced Carlos would be typical of their practical approach. Struijk's sale could provide significant funds for more transfers, especially with Fark desperately needing to bolster the midfield and attack after missing out on targets like Pobega. Every penny counts when you're trying to build a Premier League survival squad, but this is where it gets emotional. Struijk is only 25 years old, has been a loyal servant to this club, and many fans consider him untouchable. He's been spotted at Thorpe Arch during pre-season training, but the fact that he might not be there much longer is absolutely heartbreaking. This is a player who's given everything for Leeds, and selling him would feel like a betrayal to many supporters. Bijo and Rodon started against Manchester United yesterday in a 0-0 draw, and while Struijk also featured, it wouldn't be surprising to see him fighting for his place next season. The 49ers need funds for more signings, and with Struijk potentially attracting lucrative offers, this sale might be inevitable. The business side of football is about to clash with fan sentiment in the most brutal way possible. Final thoughts, are we making the right moves? Leeds faithful, what we're witnessing is a transfer window that's going to define our entire Premier League future. We've got Anton Stach arriving for big money, but potentially pushing out Ilya Gruev, Tommaso Pobega brutally rejecting our advances for Italy, and Pascal Struijk potentially being sacrificed for financial flexibility. This is modern football. Every signing has consequences. Every rejection forces reassessment, and every potential sale divides the fan base. Fark knows he needs to get this window perfect because one mistake could see us straight back to the championship. The question is, are we building a squad capable of Premier League survival, or are we making moves that could backfire? What do you think, Leeds faithful? Are you excited about Stach despite the Gruev concerns? Devastated about Pobega? Heartbroken about potential Struijk sale? Let me know in the comments because this transfer chaos is far from over. Come on, Leeds. On.